So I've had my day surgery. I've come out. My hands looked like they'd been in a boxing match with Mike Tyson because they were just bruised. It was incredible, black and blue, both hands. And I said in the previous video that they found it difficult to find the vein, and they eventually put me to sleep with the cannula in my right hand. But when I woke up, it was in the left, so goodness knows what was going on there. So all bruised hands. I could see people that were meeting looking at my hands thinking, flipping out, what on earth she been doing? But that was the way. That was just a byproduct of this day surgery. So next thing was to wait, and I came home. I was just nonplussed about it. And then I get a call, an unknown number, private number, and a message, can you ring us back? And so, yep, I rang them back, and it was the hospital again. We need to make you an appointment to see the consultant gynecologist. He wants to see you at 9:15 on Wednesday morning, and that'll be the 17th, I think it is. No, not 17th, 19th of February. So I thought, oh, strange. And I thought, well, it's got to be one of two things. One is I've got cancer, and the other thing is they've just got to scrape a bit more of the cells. They haven't taken enough of the pre-cancerous cells. So I thought, well, I'll just have to wait and see what they have to say. And during this whole process, it's been I've only told people on a need-to-know basis, so I hadn't really been telling people that I've been having these tests and etc. Only those that have sort of been around me. And so I only told my sister and a friend that I'd got this appointment, and she said, "Oh, well, come round to us after you've seen them and let us know what's gone on." Bearing in mind she'd been back and forth to the hospital, so we're having this bit of competition who would get the gold medal for the amount of times that we've had to go to the hospital. And she'd win one week and I'd win the next, and so it was comical. Well, I've got to go to the hospital now, so that's another point for me. And it was just a way, we just laughed our way through it. Anyway, so I go to this meeting with the consultant on the 19th of February, and I walk in, and there's another nurse there. I thought, oh well, that's probably because he's a man, and you need one there. And he goes, oh yes, well, sorry to inform you, but we've found some cancer, and you need to have a hysterectomy. And I was like, excuse me. It was just like that. It was just, oh, right, wasn't expecting that. And took me back a bit, and I was like, oh, okay. So then he goes on to explain that when they've been, exploring the cervix, they found these precancerous cells, but they'd also found cancerous cells. Now, these cancerous cells was not on the cervix, it was actually in the gland of the cervix. It's called, let me just tell you what it is now, because it's adenocarcinoma. So it's cancer of the cervical glands. Really not the most common of cancers of the cervix, and completely undetectable, so you get no symptoms with this type of cancer. And this is what he wrote in this letter. I explained that unfortunately the histology of the LLETZ shows that she has she has got CIN3, i.e. a high-grade precancerous change, but also got glandular cancer at the cervix. This was indeed a surprise, although there was a suspicious lesion on the actual lip of the cervix. at the time of the operation. As noted, her anatomy was tricky even under GA. So he found it really difficult even under, but they'd found this precancerous thing. Well, I was just like, okay, thank you. Well, probably right. Now you told me this, I've got a car park. If I hurry up, I can get back to the car and out of the car park before I have to pay the extortionate parking prices. That's what I was thinking. He said, have you got any questions? And I was like, well, no, not really. I'm just, you're the expert. I don't know about these things. If I've got cancer, then we've got to deal with the problem. We've got to get it sorted. I'll do whatever you need me to do. And he said, right, okay, well, if you just go off with this nurse, then she can explain some things to you. And I said, all right then. So we went into this room with this nurse, Bronte. She was very nice. She gave me a pack to read and said that you know, it entitled me to free prescriptions. I said, oh, that's not really much of a benefit because I get free prescriptions with my diabetes anyway. So that wasn't a benefit, but so I spoke to her for a little bit and still managed to get out of the hospital in time to not get charged for parking. So that was my trip to the consultant. He was very nonchalant about the way that he told me, but that is the best way for me. I could handle that so much better. And so I went back to my sister's, and she goes, well, how'd you get on? I said, oh, I just got I got cancer. Oh, like, not quite know how to react, because knowing that I wasn't reacting, you know, I didn't cry, I didn't fall to pieces, I didn't think that this was my life ending. I was like, oh, what? I've got cancer. And so they said, oh, what we could do? So they're going to book me in for an MRI and see if they can identify, you know, whether the cancer has spread or not. So that's my next visit to the hospital.